Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cryptocosis back again with another video on behalf of Classroom Cafe, the gaming center. And today we're going to talk about one of our products, Flesh and Blood, the trading card game, or FAB TCG in short. So what is FAB TCG? It is a brand new tabletop card game made by our friends over at New Zealand, Legend Story Studios. It's more of like a gladiator game rather than anything else, where you control one hero of a specific class and your deck is built around that hero. So mainly you have pumps, attack spells, and skills for that hero class you're using. So where does this Flesh and Blood TCG, what setting is it from? Okay, this is directly from their website, the Land of Wrath. Wrath is the world where FAB TCG revolves around it. This is directly from their website. Flesh and Blood is set within the world of Wrath. Wrath is a land of heroes and legends, thieves and scoundrels, war and peace, magic and technology. The people of this world have long since forgotten those who came before, sacrificing their past in hopes of creating a better future. So you can see it's like there is like some war waging around the land between different banners or different groups of people, right? This is an unforgiving world, a tapestry of treacherous landscape and vicious creatures, where only the strong will lead to stand still. Massive volcanoes, icy plains, and mysterious hidden worlds create a harsh, unrelenting arena for human conflicts and warfare. Yet in spite of the world's hidden dangers and ancient mysteries, humanity has flourished, establishing societies across the continent. Some have learned to live in harmony with one another, embracing their fellow man and giving rise to an era of peace. Others live in turmoil, their state of constant warfare reflecting the volatile environment they call hope. So it's like, they're like trying to prove which is the best people in this world, right? And as far as we know, the Land of Wrath is divided into 8 planes or 8 places, right? Okay. The history of these people is a bloody one. Massive wars were fought across the land as opposing nations struggled for power and influence. Solana, one of the first cities to set down its roots, was quick to welcome other small villages, bringing an increasing number of people into the fold. Their boosted numbers and eager supporters established them as a powerful entity early on in Wrath's history, cementing their place within the land. So yeah, you can see that this game it's really based on factions, I think. Yeah. Well, okay, let me just go through the 8 factions or banners, as you will, in the world of Wrath. There is Aria, Mysteria, Savage Lands, Solana, Volcor, Matrix, Pits, and Demonastery. You can tell that what these inhabitants of these 8 planes are just by looking at the picture of their homeland. So, for example, Aria, it's a very elvish setting, so I would assume that it's more for the woodland folk. And Mysteria is where the monks of the Eastern monks, they practice their martial arts, their values, all in like serene, quiet places. And like Savage Lands, it's based on the name, it's savage, so Amazonian warriors or Amazonian orc warriors, people that normally dwell in dark areas, away from urbanization, away from technology. I think they believe in like nature and all that stuff. And Solana, our main city, it's bustling with villages, bustling with tall white castles, so it's more like a nightly place where it's not really advanced in technology, but it has its own barter system and stuff. So it's where civilization normally will be at. And moving on to Volcor, it's a harsh, barren land with volcanoes, lavas, and there's no trees whatsoever. Dry heat. I think this is where like dragonkin or dragons are, or people like pyromancers. The warlocks and this and that. Yeah. And like Matrix, you can tell it's a very cyberpunkish style place, and I think everything in there is like normally steam powered. You got your guns, these guys, they are probably like wizards which practices machinery and stuff. Yeah, and like pits is like the slums of the place where all the thieves, the rogues, and all like the ninjas and what have not, they can't see the light, they have to hide in the shadows to overcome the enemies and stuff. And lastly, there's like demonostry. Demonostry is obviously a graveyard, and demons where they conjure up spirits and demons from the other side to come in and help to fight. And it's most likely a home place for classes like necromancers, and possibly even the arcanite class, which is already out, which I'll go to later. Yeah, so there you have it. That's like a rough introduction to Wrath. And moving onwards to their article, with the disappearance of their fabled protectors, Arya concealed herself from the rest of the world, hiding behind an ancient barrier and natural defenses. Yeah, that's the Elfkins for you. The region faded into the realm of myth and legend as the rest of the world slowly forgot about its existence. As the fantastical realm faded from memory, its people settled amongst the valleys, choosing to pursue a life of peace and celebration. Isolated from the rest of Wrath, the people of Mysteria lie hidden amongst the mountain ranges, transforming the treacherous landscape into a safe haven. Removed from the struggles and petty conflicts of the outside world, they find satisfaction in beauty and tranquility of their home. Yup, very, very monkish. Yet others are not content with pursuing peace and harmony. Vicious creatures fight to the death in vast, unforgiving jungles, while constant warfare plagues the volcanic plains of the south. A sprawling, technological city is the perfect breeding ground for rivalry and corruption, while depraved and twisted individuals lurk in the caverns underneath. So yeah, welcome to Wrath. Pick up your sword and prepare for battle, for no matter where you run, war will definitely find you. And that's the closing bit of their article on their website. Now let's talk about the heroes in Flesh and Blood TCG, what classes they are from. We will start with the Brute, which is Rhina, and its winning card is Reckless Rampage. In the depths of the savage land, the lone Brute has carved up his territory in blood and bone. Abandoned to the mercy of the jungle as a cub, he fought to survive, fending off vicious beasts and scavengers. Yet this struggle has forged an alpha predator, relentless and unflinching, tearing through anything that gets in his way. Reckless, savage and uncontrollable, Rhinar is driven by his bloodlust and base instincts. When he fights, he enters a bloody frenzy. Everything around him becomes a threat, the ground turning slick with blood as he blindly butchers everything in his path. So, this is a Brute. Right, what is Brute? Brute is like the Berserker class of any RPG or any game you play. And his specialty is Intimidate, which is fear. Right, so what does Intimidate do? It's like the mechanics for the Brute is you have to discard cards to actually activate certain abilities from his action cards. So what Intimidate is, anytime you discard a card with an attack 6 or more, you get to exile or banish a card from your opponent's hand. Why this is good is because if you're lucky, you might not get to interact with whatever you do. He doesn't have any defensive pumps, any defensive skills, or he can't even discard any of his defend cards to block your attack. So it's really good, and it's also the most important thing for this ability is it stops the opponent from refilling his hand. So it could be your opponent has his hand full of defensive stuff. The next turn he cannot attack you, and if you banish his cards away, he gets them back end of the turn, and it doesn't allow him to refresh his draw, if you will. We will get to the mechanics in the later video, but just take it with a pinch of salt first, right? And yeah, the Brute is really random. He rolls dices, but he's very tough. His defensive cards are actually really good, even though they're random. But if you get lucky on a few rolls, you can almost mitigate any sort of incoming damage coming right at you. And it's the only class which has a generic use of damage mitigation. Most other classes, they block physical damage or they block arcane damage, but the Brute blocks just damage, so it can be physical, arcane. Yeah. The next one, we'll go to the Guardian, which is Bravo. showstopper, and you can tell that this class it's really it's a paladin of the game. Yeah, it's tough and it's really hard to crack through, but it's very slow. The star of the Everfest Carnival, leader of the legendary, performing stories and legends for cheering crowds, Bravo grew up listening to the tales of old, fascinated by past heroes and adventures. When his destiny came knocking with a curious quest and mysterious companions, Bravo jumped at the chance to become a true hero. Now, he has embraced the legend of the Guardians and is ready to write his own story. He is confident, he is charming, and theatrical. Bravo treats battles like a performance, set the stage, build the anticipation, and prepare for the grand finale. For once, he's ready to strike. Nothing can stand in the way of his powerful attacks. Yeah, he's a bit of a show-off, right? Even his cards are named after him, Showstopper and what have not. But he is one of the, I would say, the strongest hero right now. In fact, he actually won a few tournaments, right? So what's so great about the Guardian? They have this thing called Crushing Blows. So what is Crushing Blow? Is basically if you actually deal a set amount of damage, normally it's 4, you get the added effect of the card that he's using. It could be that, oh, the next card he plays is more expensive, he has to pay an additional cost to play it, or the next attack is like -2 attack if you have dealt Crushing Blows to him. Yeah, and Guardians excel in domination. What is dominate is the opposing hero can only use one card from his hand to defend, be it in the defense step or at the defense reaction step. This is a very, very good keyword for almost every class, right? Moving on, next will be the ninja, Katsu. Okay, he is the wanderer, right? He's like a Ronin sort of thing. He's probably exiled, I don't know, because normally ninjas who are like wanders around, they're probably exiled from the clan for being too powerful, maybe, I don't know. The head of the Mugenshi clan, Katsu belongs to one of the hidden households of Mysterious. Okay, sorry, he is the head of the Mugenshi clan, but he's a wanderer, that's really weird. Concealed within the Gorge of 1,000 Winds, undergoing the traditional journey of the Jokyoku, he successfully regained his memories and returned to the clan. Ah, see, he lost his memory, so he was actually a wanderer before. Now he's back into his clan as the leader, earning his place as head of the clan. Years later, he has left the gorge once more, determined to find a cure for the curse affecting his people. So you see, in this game, it's like everyone has their own aims and own motives to be the first right on top. Obviously, right now it's survival. The Guardian guy is more like, I just want to show off, I guess. And like Katsu, he has to find a cure for his people. Calm and level-headed, some might underestimate Katsu, mistaking his practical nature for an aversion to violence. However, underneath his peaceful demeanor is a sharp intelligence, capable of becoming a deadly force of nature when provoked. In the heat of battle, Katsu can call upon the power of the wind, striking down his opponents with the speed of a hurricane. Katrina. Right, but yeah. Ninjas are just like the aggros of the game. They are the mono raids of the game. They are really fast, and if they hit you once, they can and will successfully hit you more times again. So playing against a ninja is really dangerous. You need to know when to block, you need to know when to take it, right? So there's not much going on about ninja except that he's fast. He has this thing called 1,000 strikes. So basically most of his cards have this thing called go again, which is like a combo, a kung fu combo, you know, like the movie Ip Man, he hits 10 dudes at once. So most of his cards are like combos. You play one and it leads on to the next, leads on to the next, and so on and so forth. As far as I know, there is the hand combo, the leg combo, and the elemental combo. Each of them has their own respective finishes, which are really, really devastating. Right? Let me move on to the last hero from the first set, which is Dorinthia, and she is a warrior and she is hot. Yeah. A young lieutenant in the Hand of Soul, Dorinthia Ironsong has dedicated her life to defending the people of Solana. So yeah, she's like probably the main character, Barcelona, I don't know. Once her kind heart and natural curiosity lead her to question her elders, foregoing the orders of her superiors in favor of following her heart. Yet her brash actions put the party in danger and her fellow knights paid for a mistake with their lives. Thea has since learned to follow the wisdom of Saul in all aspects of her life, vowing to honor the memory of those that were lost that fateful day. So yeah, she probably is too hot-headed and she went straight into the fray without thinking and cost the lives of her comrades. So she's probably like repenting now, which actually, if you think about it, it makes her stronger. It's very similar to MTG's Gideon. Yeah, it's pretty similar. Both of them are some sort of warriors. Thea is a formidable opponent on the battlefield, a prodigy swordswoman, who uses both skill and strategy to her advantage. Wielding the Dawnblade, she is graceful, nimble, darting past her opponent's defenses to make every attack count, and that is really right for the warrior, as if you are playing the warrior, every attack you do counts towards your victory. Right? You cannot really afford to miss with your weapon. So what's so great about a warrior? Apart from capable of dealing large amounts of damage in a single attack and attacking the same time again with said damage, they make use of this thing called reprise. What is reprise? As long as your opponent has defended a card from their hand, reprise happens. You get like bonus stuff, bonus attack, bonus card draw, what have not. So when you're playing against a warrior, you need to be very careful on what you pitch from your hand to defend or play during a defense reaction. And she is like the only hero class which can actually attack with a weapon twice. Yeah, because she's using the Dawnblade. Obviously you need to give the Dawnblade go again, or find some other way to go again. Then you can attack with a weapon. Alright guys, that should be it for today. We hope you like our brief introductory video to FAB TCG. A recap on what we have said today. We have introduced what is Flesh and Blood TCG, where is it from, who is it created by, the world it's set in, the 8 warring nations, and the first 4 hero classes from the first booster. Welcome to Ra. We hope you do enjoy the video. I know it's not the best one out there, but we're learning, and hopefully in future videos where we introduce the next 4 classes, follow on by the mechanics of the game, it will actually pique your interest into trying it out. You can always drop by Classroom Cafe at Damansara Uptown. We have free demos available for the game. If you'd like to know more, you can send us a PM on Facebook. We have regular events running every Saturday. These are called Armored events, where you actually play and win promos and some good stuff. Yeah, we do have singles for sale and products available in store. But yeah, anyway, just drop us a DM anytime. We will get back to you as soon as possible regarding this game. Until then, keep on gaming and may your top decks rule all. Peace out guys, this is Cryptocosis signing off on behalf of Classroom Cafe T-Rex.